One more thing. The red cats.
Is anyone there?
And they'll need feeding.
Our man at the movies, Collie McFadden with the very latest from Eclipse Cinemas in Bundoran, live on our Zoom call this afternoon, and not as excitable as he was last Thursday.
Well, I don't think I ever start off excitable, but you're actually right. I've had, we've started off, I've had a bit of a week. There's some very good news, which we're going to talk about later, but really, I've had a bit of a week, Seamie. I went back to start college, and you're excited on Monday again. I'm an owl fella, so but I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm going back last semester. It'll be great. Gung ho, said I, Seamie. Gung ho. And then the first day they go, this is all the work you have to do in the next 4 months, and you go, gulp. And then they say, by the way, your thesis is a bit rubbish. You got to do that again. Oh my God. Then the old knees aren't great. And then all I'm saying is, but on Thursday, I'm going to go and meet the Fabelmans, the new Steven Spielberg movie. I'm really looking forward to it. And then I got into work today and I realized it doesn't actually arrive in the system till tomorrow. So I couldn't watch it. So I'm not going to lie to you, had a face like a slapped bum today.
This is sounding very unwelcome. Really is.
Well done. You see, ever the smoothie. So instead, I had to watch Unwelcome, which is a new Irish horror movie that's been, knocking around for a while. We've had the trailer for ages. And I said, sure, I'll put it on. And the basic story is a young couple from London, and they're finding London just rough living, and they've had a bad experience, and they get left a house in some nondescript part of Ireland, right? Which is inhabited by loads of stereotypes, right? Or, sorry, Irish people. I mean Irish people. Top of the morning. And so they arrive over, and do they listen to people when they say, oh, don't hire those builders, they're a bit dodgy? No, the English lads know best, or the English couple know best. And particularly when the kindly pub owner says, no matter what you do, every night you have to leave some an offering out for the little people, for the far jarg. It should be the far jarg, I think, but we won't correct them on their Irish. On far jargs. So I'm sitting there going, yeah. And I have to say, at the start, Seamie, particularly is, they're supposed to be in Ireland, right? And there's the four characters. It's Colin Meaney, good old Colin Meaney is the dad, and he's called Daddy, and he has 3 children. The big lad from Game of Thrones, the cheeky one from Derry Girls, and the fella from the Young Offenders. And you go, okay, that's how they did the research to get these people, right? And like, they're supposedly a family, and all 4 of them have a different accent, and it's that right. Sort of one. They're walking through the shops, and I go, that is not an Irish shop. Possibly an Orthy shop from time to time, but it's not an Irish shop where there's walkers and no Tato. Yeah, no chance. I was kind of watching, going, and it was it's very wooden and very silly and stereotyped. And then it goes mad. The little people come out and they just throw stuff at the screen. Everyone's beating the hell out of each other. There's all sorts of mad little monsters running around. And I have to say, by the end, it was so fun and dumb. I quite really enjoyed myself, and it's kind of winking to the camera all the time. Now, the top of the morning stuff does great a bit, but that's just because of who we are. I think it'll do quite well in England. But I know, I'm talking about owl fella Collie now, but when I was 15, me and my buddy Carl would go over to Extra Vision and rent a movie like this on a Friday night and absolutely love it. And it's that sort of dumb B-movie horror. And I have to say, it's good crack. So if you enjoyed Megan, I think you'll enjoy this. Unwelcome. It's an Irish-English horror movie, and it's open from Friday, from tomorrow.
Okay. No. I can't wait. But the only reason I'd watch it is because Colin Meaney's in it. I know he's great. And that's it.
Yeah, well, he's always good. And he is absolutely, he's just like, if his script just went, where is the money? Okay, no problem. Token Irishman? Yeah, I'll do that. No problem. He's enjoying himself. Good on him. Why not? But now we're talking serious movies. And So I was really looking forward to seeing The Fabelmans. I didn't quite get to see it. This, as probably most people know by now, is a fictional version of the real Steven Spielberg's life. All the inspiration that brought him to be, probably the greatest storyteller we've known for a few generations. And I will play a little clip where Steven himself is talking, and I might explain the movie for you.
What kind of movie are we gonna make?
You dismiss what he does. It's playful or imaginative. You could afford to be a little encouraging.
She should have been a concert piano player. What she got in her heart is what you got.
You can't just love something, you also have to take care of it.
It's more important than your hobby. Can you stop calling it a hobby?
Mom got a monkey.
Why'd you get a monkey?
Because I needed a laugh.
You always have to be the center of attention.
Stop shouting at her.
That has been nothing but disrespect from you. I'm your mother!
Family, art. It'll tear you in two.
You stop making movies, it'll break your mother's heart.
I don't know what to do anymore.
You do what your heart says you have to.
What was your favorite part?
Would be fantastic.
It-
And
it
you wouldn't
does
expect
look-
anything else, would you?
No, you would, I don't think there's movies he's made that aren't brilliant, but I don't think he's ever made a bad movie. But the thing is, you can see there in the clip, people will see that there's all these little scenes that you go, that's E.T., that's Raiders of the Lost Ark. But probably what's most amazing is I think we all knew the story that Stephen felt isolated growing up. He was very lonely. And a lot of his stories about childhood, isolation, the loss of a parent, things like that. But his real story is pretty amazing. It is one of those truths stranger than fiction. Like his mum really did have a pet monkey, and they had a very strange relationship with another man, and his estrangement with his father, which he kind of made up for later in life, is just the stuff of Hollywood. It really is, except because it's real life, it's a bit more nuanced. You don't just hate people or love them or just totally forgive them. These things have echoes into our future. And I think he's as proud of this as any movie. And it's been nominated for 7 Oscars. So clearly it's doing well. It's got 5-star reviews in all the newspapers. And I happen to know for a fact, because it was out in the States a while ago. And when Shane Smith of This Parish was on his Holliers and saw it, he absolutely gave it 2 thumbs up. He told me I was absolutely going to love it. It opens tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. It's well over 2 hours, and it's probably the 3rd movie in a row we've had that's kind of a love letter to cinema, but I think we might have saved the best for last here, Seamie. It's The Fabelmans, and it's open from Friday.
2.5 hours to give it its correct name, but 2.5 hours, that'd be well worth it. And then now, speaking of Oscars, we have a couple of minutes. It's looking good for us, isn't it?
Well, that's it. 14 nominations, and I think we were fairly confident that Banshees was going to do well.
Yes.
I think we were hoping all 4 main actors would get, but we weren't sure. But After Sun, which I must confess I haven't seen, but I'd heard rave reviews. My great movie review hero, Mark Kermode, said it was his favorite movie of the year, with Paul Mescal. Even if they keep on calling him Paul Mescal instead of Paul Mescal. It's very easy. He is brilliant. He is highly tipped, and this is catapulted him. Considering when we started watching Normal People, everyone said, "Who's the young fella with no clothes on?" I haven't heard of him before, and now he's one of the most famous actors in the world. But also, it won't surprise anyone to listen to this program. It's so chuffed that Colleen Kuhn, The Quiet Girl, has done so well. Really up against to win. But to get a movie that small, to get there, because even the big favorite for the foreign language movie is All Is Quiet in the Western Front, which is a huge big Netflix production.
Which I've seen, and it must have cost absolutely zillions to make. I know you haven't seen it, but it needs to be seen on the big screen. It's absolutely
no, well, that is the downside of that. But like they threw loads of money at it, and apparently, you know, it's well worth it. But they would have thrown loads of money in making sure it got nominated too, and it's done very well in the Broad Awards as well. And but like for Colin Kuhn to compete with that is just amazing. And probably people saw on social media and so on the clips of I think they're in the Stella in Dublin watching the announcements and to see the cheers and the tears. It's wonderful. And it's such a beautiful movie. I'm delighted because let's face it, I get many of these things wrong. There's a few things I've come on here and banged the drum on for, and nobody's gone to see.
Well,
Empire Light, for example.
Fair, you have been banging on about it. And you have brought it back, and you know, look at I'll give you the old Bula Boss. Okay.
Bula Boss, Oscar Elga as well. But no, it's great. And look, hopefully we'll win a few of those awards. But for a country the size of Ireland to get so many awards as it is, we've already won. Won.
You've 20 seconds.
Oh, Mr. Monday, Till, another really good movie that went under the radar. Very sad, emotional drama about a lynching in America. That's on Monday, only a £5. Well worth seeing if you missed it first time around.
Okay, right. That is Collie on the movies. I won't be here next week. Shane Smith will be here. I'm taking a few days off, and you'll be grand with Shane. You will.
I'll try. We'll try and keep your seat warm.
Okay. That's Collie on movies. Till next Thursday. Enjoy the movie.